I've heard this conversation. It all starts and ends with recruiting. And I think, Miami's been up and down for years. We all remember the days with the Jimmy Johnson and Dennis Erickson and Butch Davis when they were just NFL players, a little bit like Ohio State is now. All 22 players will play in the NFL. I think it all starts and ends recruiting. I think USC is not a glamour job. I think that's an elite job. Why? Within 2 hours of your campus, you got the best players in America, or as good as any. I think Georgia is not a glamour job. I think Georgia is real. Atlanta, Georgia, and the surrounding suburbs, as good a high school footballers in America. Same, I would consider Ohio State that. I think Miami, Florida State, to a degree, are somewhat glamour just because at times the talent in Florida, it's great, but sometimes it's underdeveloped. And it takes time for those guys to develop. I'm not talking about the private schools and, the Lakelands, the great high schools, but there's a lot of schools in Florida, and I experienced it when I was with the Florida Gators, is that they're development players. For whatever reason, the high school coaches aren't paid near as well as the ones in Georgia and Texas. So you get a little bit lesser coaching at some schools. Some schools are fantastic. But that's why I would consider everything about glamour and all that. I agree with, it's interesting how you said that, but I always look at recruiting. Can you go recruit the best of the best? That's where I thought USC and, Georgia, I would put them in the other category.